Hi and welcome back to Finders Beepers History Seekers on the Abandoned House review, and this one was amazing, not just because of what happened afterwards, and that really is what has taken all the attention from this video, which is such a shame because the building itself was absolutely out of this world. Now, before we get into all that, I just want to say a massive thank you for all the support over 2025. No, we're not even in bloody 2025. In 2024. Obviously, we're moving into December now, and it's just seemed like everybody's come together to help me out after all the nightmare of the end of last year with everything with Andy, and then now with supporting Andy, supporting him through his cancer treatment, but also supporting me. It has been hard. It has been really hard. And I think without you guys, I would have struggled. So I just want to say a massive thank you, because not only just our Patreon members, our YouTube members, but also every single last one of you for the support and everything you give, like messages I receive, like just little things, likes on posts and beautiful comments. It just means so much. It really, really does. It doesn't have to be like a physical thing, like sending stuff through the post or anything like that. Like, yeah, you can. I'm not gonna stop you, but it's more than that. It's like a family. I feel like the Finders Beepers family is just such a nice place to live. It really, really is. Our house, our big beeper house, living together. Like, don't get me wrong, I know when I'm not in, there's a lot of beeper incest goes on. You're all very dodgy people, but there's a lot of love there.
Right, I'm still doing the behind the scenes. Something just moved down there and I don't like it. So, I'm in the garage of the place at the moment, but I've got to try and work out how to get in the main building. I feel like there's a rat down here or something. Something definitely moved. Let's see if I can get in through here. But there's signs everywhere saying it's under surveillance, this place. Thought there was a door at the back of here. I think I might be wrong. Or if there is, it's been bricked up at some point, look. Oh, that's a shame. Right, back outside. I'll show you where we are, if this rat don't kill me down here. Right, so that's the building we were in just now. It's the garage. There is, oh look, notice this. That's cool. There is a door. Oh, in fact, is the door open? Bloody door's open. Don't know if this takes me in. I think it might just take me in the upstairs of this building. But I'm gonna have a bit of a look round, see if I can get out through here and into the main building. Oh God, I'm falling over. Because it's all well and good being able to get in the side buildings. There's no point if I can't get in the main bit. Right, there's a massive change on there. Loads of alcohol, but I've just seen something around this corner and it scared me. There's some cats and a kitten, I think. See him? I hope I ain't got to go past him. I want to go and say hello to him. I don't want to scare him away. The little black one ran away, but the little white one seems sort of friendly. I don't want to scare it. Look at it. Oh, how cute are you? It's going to leg it. It's going to leg it really fast. Oh, maybe not. Are you just interested? I'm not going to hurt you, don't worry. Not going to hurt you. Right, I can look up there now because it's moved and the other one's already gone. But yeah, they've got their little bed here, look. Oh, just want to take them home with me. The other one's in here somewhere. I don't know where. I don't want to go in and upset it though. So I'm going to look this way and see where we get to. Oh my God, I just come around the corner. There's another one there, a ginger one, watching me. They're all over. Now, there is a door there, but I think that goes back outside where I've come from. So there's no point going through there. I'm not going to disturb you, don't worry. You stay comfy up there, mate. That's cute. I do like cats. I don't think I'd ever have a cat again because Bear would eat it. But they're a bit of a nightmare, aren't they, really? Like, they go off and do their own thing. Like, what do you do when you go on holiday? And when I work away and stuff, it's a nightmare. So I do love them, but I think that's a no. Right, I've come right around the back and found a massive hole in the wall and a ladder next to it, which is no point about that. Right, let's get up there. And we're here. So I'm gonna say goodbye until I get back out. If I don't get in, I'll be back in a sec. Right, at first, when I got to this building, I did not expect to get in. I went all around the building about 5 times, messaging the person that had helped me out with the location, and it was ridiculous o'clock at night. I felt really bad on them. But you know who you are. Thank you so much. It has made a massive help, the things that you've done for me recently. But the building itself, I never really got to show it you. I filmed it afterwards. There was massive gates on the front, and then it was like a compound. I can't even really show you on maps, because if I do, I think people might work out where it is. But yeah, it was like built into its own little compound with huge gates on the front, like buildings all the way around it as well, like garages and things for horse and carriage and all sorts. It was so good. And that was another thing I was gutted about, because there was a big fountain round the back and stuff for you to see that I haven't shown you, and I can't show you because it was all saved to the phone that got stolen. Now we'll come back to the theft bit in a bit, but the building was wonderful. Like, it needs saving, it needs looking after. Regardless of the stuff that's inside it, the building itself is just fantastic. You're not going to believe what's happened. I am so shaken up. I've just realised something else. They've stolen my bag. My bag's got my passport in it. Fuck! Now we'll talk about the thing that happened after the explode before, just to get it out of the way, because otherwise I'm going to keep mentioning it, and you can, if you've not watched the video or you've not watched the behind the scenes video, you won't know. I do look like I've been punched in that eye. What has gone wrong with that eye? I think it's just the, have I got my lights in a weird, I don't know, I just look very odd. I think that's slightly better. That's all puffy, like I've been walloped one in the face. I don't know. Anyway, so after this explore finished, well, no, when I was filming this explore, I'd driven a long way, and I'd let one of my phones get quite low, and it was the one I was filming with. Stupidly, I think I'd only got about 40 or 50% on it. So it was a massive explore. It took ages and ages to do. I think I was there at least 4 to 5 hours, something like that. And the battery, as I was upstairs, not far from being finished, the battery went on my phone. But luckily, I'd got the other one. And sometimes I do this, it's usually not a problem. I just swapped onto the other phone, started filming on that, knowing that I'd back it up to iCloud, it'd all be in the same place, and I could sort it out, no problem at all. So, finished the explore, went away, and thought, you know what,
I've got a long drive again tomorrow, another 8 hours. Why don't I just do sort of 3, 4 of it now? Get it out of the way, then I can go and do a couple of explores tomorrow. Rather than just doing one, I can probably fit 2 in. So me like trying to work my arse off, I thought, you know what, this is the best thing to do. So I set off driving and I started to flag. My eyes were going, and at that point I know my levels, I know where I've got to be, like tiredness. I can feel tired, but I don't want to feel so tired that I'm just going to drop off and just be asleep when I'm driving, because that's just stupid. It doesn't benefit me and it doesn't benefit the channel if I'm dead. So I tried to avoid that by stopping and maybe having 3 or 4 hours sleep. And there were places I could have pulled in. There were like little bits next to gates, like blocking farmers' fields. I thought, no, I better not do it there. End of people's drives. I thought, no, I better not do there. So I was on the motorway for a bit and I thought, why don't I just go to a service station? And stupidly, I drove straight past. There was one that was like all your McDonald's and places like that. But I drove past it because I thought to myself, you know what? It's going to be really busy in the morning. This will be where people come for the breakfast. So I'll not go here. I'll go on to the next one, because I knew the next one was just like a toilet, a like picnic area, that sort of place. There wasn't really anything there. It was more of like a tourist stop or that sort of thing. So I thought, I'll go there. Now I pulled into the place, and as I pulled in, I realised it was really bright. There was big like lights like this shining down on the cars. I don't want to be like waking up every 5 minutes thinking, what's that light? Right, I've stopped a bit earlier than I wanted to, really, but I am tired. I've still got 4 hours 25 minutes to go. If I set off now, obviously, if I carried on going, I won't get there till almost 8, and it is 3:22 in the morning. I think that's enough. I still got 268 miles to the next location, but if I get up, say 8, 9 o'clock and get some dinner and stuff, I shall get time to do 2, I suppose, if I'm not dead. Anyway, there's, like I say, there's a rest area, there's toilets and stuff up there, but I hid behind this bush so I can't see the lights from it. So I'm going straight to sleep now. I'm leaving my engine on, so I didn't even need that cover. Stupid boy. I'll need it tomorrow though. Anyway. I'll see you in the morning. So I pulled behind a bush, and that was my biggest mistake, I think. I pulled up behind the bush. I was still like maybe 50 metres away from where the toilets were and stuff like that. So I thought, right, we're all good here. Didn't even think about it. Locked the door, because weirdly, and I never feel like this, I thought, right, I'm going to lock the door because I'm in quite a public place. I don't want someone opening the door and just like pinching something. So I locked the door. Now, another thing I don't normally do is, when I got in the car, I chucked my bag on the front seat. It normally goes behind my driver's side seat. I just bang it in and stick my stinky shoes in there as well and swap shoes over. But for some reason, I hadn't. I think it's possibly because my shoes were dry. I kept them on, so I just got straight in the front, chucked my bag in, and both my mobile phones were on charge. I left the engine on. So I was in the car like this. Like literally, I will have been like that. So that's what the guy that stole everything will have seen. He will have walked up to the car and seen a big fat man going like that with his phones here. Right, my phones were right next to me, not really in the middle of the seat or near the window. They were next to me on like the central bit of the car. My bag was over the other side. What else was there? Yeah, that was about it. There was nothing else really. Oh, there was Coke, cans of Coke, and a couple of snacks and stuff. That was all that was in there. First thing I knew about it, window smashed, glass in my face. I just, at 7 o'clock in the morning, I had no idea what was going on. I literally, this is the funny bit. It's not funny. Like, at the time, especially, it was not funny at all. But looking back now, I can see the humour in it. And I want to do a reenactment of what happened. So, imagine me, glass coming through, and I went, not kidding. I roared like some sort of beast. I don't know what it was inside me. But the next day, if you watch the live video, was it the next day? No, it was maybe the same day. No, it was the next day. On the live that I did on Facebook, I could hardly speak. And that's because I didn't stop roaring. I just continued to roar. Even when I got out of the car, like, got nothing on my feet, so I couldn't chase him. I was roaring at this guy, and he fell over. He landed on the floor and then jumped in this car and drove off. But the whole time I was going, "Rah!" I don't know what was happening in me. Like, something just went wrong. It really, really did. But it resulted in me losing a mobile phone that's cost me £1,600 to replace. Car got towed, that was £175. New passport, £100. Emergency passport, £100. What else? Driving licence, that were only 25 quid. New flights, £100. What else? There were lots of little bits as well that I've had to pay out for. And there's still possibly going to be a fine from the hire car company, which I think is ridiculous. The hire car company just dumped me. They just left me in the middle of nowhere. They said, right, you haven't got a driving licence or a passport, even though they'd got the photocopy of both of them that they'd seen 2 days earlier. They knew I owned them, but because they weren't in my possession, they wouldn't give me a car and they wouldn't come and pick me up. And also, the police refused, even though they knew where my phone was, which house it was in, they wouldn't get it because they were scared that somebody would die. And that is no word of a lie. They literally said, people go in, if police went in there, one of them would not come back out again. That's basically what he said to me. So, nightmare. But don't get me wrong, it ruined that trip, but it made the trip as well. I know that's really weird, but it's another story to tell the grandkids. And it was absolutely heartbreaking at the time. But bloody hell, like, do bad things happen to me or what? And people are going to be like, people have already been like, oh, don't sleep in the car, Matt. Don't sleep in the car. You need to learn a lesson. No. I am still sleeping in the car. I might just move the phones, like, away so you can't see them. But it's not going to stop me. Like, who steals from you in a car? I also might not sleep in Marseille in the car. That's the only thing. But if I'm in, like, Cheshire, I'm not going to go, right, no, that's it. I can't sleep in the car. I've slept in the car since anyway. So, yeah, it is not going to change what I do. And I'm not going to let it put me off either. That's the thing. Is what it is. It's happened. I'm not dead. Like, the policeman said if I'd tried to grab the phones off him, he probably would have stabbed me because he'd stabbed my back tyre. So probably a good job that I wasn't aware of what was going on for the first few seconds or minute or whatever. So anyway, back to what happened at the Explore.
What is this? What is this about? And when is it for... Oh my lord. Oh no. What is this? Why is I can't actually say it, I don't think. The KKK, I can say that because it's just 3 letters. But why is that there? And then these people as well that are friends with our moustached friend. La Cité d'Homme in France. What does that mean? And that says 1860 KKK or something at Saint Vame. Wow, what is this all about? I recognise him as well. I don't know who he is. Oh, there's a bigger picture of him there. Is there a name anywhere? I am shocked about that. I am definitely shocked about that. What's on the other side then? Oh God, I've folded it all over funny. Who's he? Andre Lebe Decor des Insignes Marconicus. He looks dodgy as well. Don't know who he is. Hey up, that's Edward the Seventh. All these dodge. Oh look, Masonic. Talking about the Masons as well there, look. Oh wow, I didn't know there were women Masons. I didn't know that was a thing. It says, oh, that's something about in London. Le Sieurs de Lodge Honourable Frater de Londres Initiation. So it's like, I don't know. La Mistries Frank Macorni. Don't know. Yeah, look at them. Now, I know one of our viewers will be really interested in these people. I speak to him quite a lot. He's a Mason, and I'm not going to give his name out for obvious reasons, but he will probably be interested in this. That's obviously inside some sort of Masonic hall. It says, Le Salle de Teneurs de Loge de Hay, avec les décorations. I love my Yorkshire accent. Les decorations and les object ritual. So the ritual objects and the decorations. George Washington the Mason as well. They're all at it, aren't they?
Now, the Masonic stuff and the KKK, all a bit weird, weren't it? Bit strange. And by the way, I'm just looking at my hair, thinking, oh God, it looks awful. Like it's with these lights, it's gone see-through, so it looks like I'm going bald. I've got a tiny bit of purple in my hair. I'm gonna put some red in, I think, some black and red in for Christmas. I think I'm gonna do that later on. Anyway, sidetracked. Yeah, the KKK, I don't know why my hair got anything to do with the KKK, and Masonic people. Now, apparently, according to somebody, the female Masons were the Northern Star. So I've just seen it on here. Yeah, the Northern Star. I've never heard of that before. I know there's like other men's groups and sort of different sorts of things, like the Odd Fellows and stuff. I don't think I've ever heard of the female version of any of those. So that's a new one on me. And I've told you before, I love learning new stuff. So I am going to look into that now and see what I can find about the Northern Star. Mel C? Yeah, Mel C sang a song called Northern Star. Quite liked it. Always wanted a bit of Mel C. Don't know why. But yeah, I just, there's a few people have mentioned the paperwork itself and how strange it was and like why he must have it. But to be fair, the amount of books and documents and historic things he had anyway was crazy. I totally, it's not that I think he probably had a thing about that sort of history. I think he just had a thing about history in general. Anything at all he could get his hands on, he was interested in. So yeah, it was good seeing the sort of like difference in books and things in there, because there was loads of different sorts, and I kind of like that. Like it does get I want to say boring, because it's not, but it's not boring. When you get somewhere and they say have a love for, I don't know, science books, and you go, oh look, a science book. Oh look, another science book. Another science book. It's a science book. Do you know what I mean? So like you're excited at first, and then the more you see him, you're not bothered. With this guy, I kept like spending age. I think this is why it took me about 5 hours, because I kept stopping and like looking at something for a bit. And it was something that interested me, and then something else that was nothing to do with it. And I think that's what I enjoyed about this place. It was so eclectic. Like his choice of things was so eclectic. It was just amazing. Like what a guy. I would have liked to have met the guy that lived in this place, I think. I think he would have been an interesting man. Look at that bottle there. What's it say on it? It's like a hand grenade. Just a minute. Let me get that out. I'll have a look at it properly. Still got all its liquid in it as well. What does that... Oh, it says grenade on it. No way, I've just said that and it says grenade. How do I get it so we can read it? Oh, does it say grenade? Yeah, it does say grenade at the top. Look there, grenade. Grenade. I can't work out what that bottom word is. Can I do it? If I zoom in on here, is that going to help me read it? Maybe not that much. Ooh. No idea. Definitely says grenade though, and it definitely looks like a grenade. Now, I always say this, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Hold my hands up. Oh God. Back to that again, aren't we? I don't know what that is on my arm. Back to the whole cornholio. Whenever I do that, that's all I think about. Yeah, the hand grenade item, the item that looked like a hand grenade. And I was 100% convinced it was aftershave. I thought it was like some sort of perfume or aftershave. I thought that's definitely what it is. And nothing came into my head that it could be anything else than that. And I was wrong, because the amount of people that have said, it's a fire extinguisher, Matt, it's a fire extinguisher, it's a grenade fire extinguisher. So I'm guessing it's a fire extinguisher. So I am sorry. Once again, sometimes I'm wrong. I don't know. Quite a lot of the time I'm wrong. I don't know everything about everything. Like, I try and learn as much as I possibly can. And I try to, like, stuff that I definitely know is true, I'll pass that on as much as I can. But I can't know everything. It's hard. And that's why it was good with Andy, because my gaps in knowledge were usually filled by his knowledge, and the other way around as well. So it is a shame, really, he's not there. But one thing I will ask, and I think I've mentioned it a few times recently, people keep saying, can't wait for Andy to come back. When's Andy coming back? But he may never come back. He left for other reasons apart from the cancer. Please don't put so much pressure on him. He reads the messages, and yes, he will love people wanting him to come back, but if he doesn't want to come back, then I don't want to make him. But he might not. So get it out, you fucking head. Anyway, I've asked now. If you do it from now on, I'm not going to say anything else anymore. I'm just going to silently go like this when you're not looking. Now, I don't know what this is. Only because I've not been close enough to work it out, but what is this? I'm confused. What would have gone in that box? There's like tube things for these plastic things to go on, and then wires. Now, the box on the stairs, there is multiple things that people have said it is. Some people have said hair curlers, which I don't know if I need. Some people have said hair curlers. My hair looks very white under these lights today. And my tash and everything. So we definitely need a bit of darkness in there. Shut up about your fucking hair. Hair curlers. And what was the other thing? I've just seen another thing. Phonograph cylinder holder. So the jury's still out on that. I actually think it's the phonograph cylinder holder. I don't think it was anything to do with hair curlers. But I could be wrong. I could be very, very wrong. So once again, not sure. If you want to look at both of those things on Google, I can't be bothered to find the photographs, but if you want to look, I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Feel like I'm either at an auction or one of those tic-tac-toe men at the races. I'm talking balls today. But yeah, not sure. I think maybe the phonograph thing though, not the hair curlers. What's this from 1915?
Not very much. Memoir. Oh, now, this is not something that I'm going to be able to read, but you might be able to get this translated for me. I could do it, but I ain't got time. So, work out what that says. Oh, look. I know what that says. Wait a minute. Come on, move. Come on, move. Look. Chambre criminelle. Observation nouvelle. Oh, this is good. I'd like to know what this means. And that's why, once again, I'm letting you have a look. 1912.
Now, I just want to read this one out. Yeah, I'm singling somebody out on this one, and I don't like doing it, but actually, I think it's quite good, this. So someone's put, Matt, Joseph Coombs was a French crime writer. You can find his books on Booknode. The manuscript that you found, looks like it was a novel he was working on. What a find. Now, if that's the case, if it's like a published author, and I found a manuscript about, like, they were midway through. Imagine that. Can you imagine that? That could be worth a fortune if it's really popular and it's some unfinished work. Imagine that. That would be so cool to, like, give to the world. It's almost like, I don't know why this is coming to my head. It's like an unfinished song by, like, Michael Jackson or something. And now he's dead. Like, that could be somehow turned into a proper song. And I suppose it's the same with the book. But yeah, how cool is that? And I would have had no idea if it wasn't for Old Hip 1912. I'm sorry for taking the piss out of your name, but Old Hip 1912. What the fuck is that name? But yeah, thank you for that. It sort of cheered me up quite a lot, that one.
I actually think it might be the pyramids. Oh no, not on that. But on one I was looking at a minute ago, it definitely looked like the pyramids. Yeah, look. So it might have been a trip to Egypt. They're not very good pictures. But yeah, like lumps of rock and stuff, so you'd think they were. But then I saw something that's like my favourite thing. Something I've seen before. I got so excited. Look. Look at that. But it's hard because you can see that through it too much. There we go, look. Look at that. Now that's got to be 1800s for it to be on glass. Late 1800s, maybe early 1900s. Another one here, look. Oh, wait. Got to be so careful. Look. Oh, I just want to get a really good shot of it for you, but that light's just a bit too bright. There we go. Look. That's the past looking back at you. That is so weird. So weird. Right, I've shone the torch the opposite direction, and that's so much better. Look, you can see better now. That's the clearest of the two. The other one isn't quite as clear. I think it's because it's blurred, I think, on the baby's face.
Now, the glass negatives, somebody has sent me them. Whether I'm going to be able to find these in all my messages is another thing. If I can't, I'm sorry, but somebody has sent me them and turned them into what they would have actually looked like as photos, which is unbelievable. I think I was going to put them on Facebook, and I don't think I ever did. And whoever it is has spent time and effort doing it, so I'm sorry, because they were so good. But I always look at, like, negative things, especially the ones on glass, I think are wonderful. So to see them then turned into real sort of almost photos is unbelievable. It's like bringing the past to life properly, and I love that. So whoever it was, if I found them, I'll put your name somewhere. If I haven't found them, then I'm sorry, because I know you sent it me. But it's so hard to keep up with everything, especially on my own, like looking through emails, messages and stuff. I have, at the best of times, I am disorganized. At the worst of times, I am just useless. So There you go.
Oh my lord. Look at that. That is one of the freakiest pictures ever. I want to say chaise lounge, but it's not. It's like a couch. But that behind it is absolutely amazing. Let's look up closer. There's a couple of fellas there. I think they're trying to work it out. He's saying, look, it doesn't matter what she looks like. Just give her a chance. And he's like, no, mate, I don't think I can. She looks like a man. Look at this. 8th Regiment, 2nd Battalion. I think that's a card. Look at this guy. I don't think I'd want to mess with him. He looks like 3-time world champion boxer or something. And then we've got, look at that. Look at her. I'm going to sit on this bed. I hope it holds my weight. A bit scared. Yeah, look at her. They absolutely loved her, obviously, because she's right next to the bed. Yeah, I'm not sitting on that anymore. But yeah, little bedside thing with a lamp and your picture and bed frame. But I'm sure he's the Prime Minister of France at some point. I recognise him. Who is he? Is he some sort of military leader? Definitely recognise him. Why has somebody made something out of spoons and forks? Why is there a spoon and fork animal? That's really strange. But yeah, I definitely recognise him.
Now, to sum up the rest of the place, it's almost impossible. I so wish you'd seen the rest of the building. There was 25% probably of the footage. Like, it was a long video anyway. Can't actually even remember how long it was. Let's have a look. 1 hour 38, which is one of the longest videos I've ever done. I could have made that well over 2 hours easily with all the extra stuff that you didn't see on that video. All the things in the upper floors. And I'm so gutted that we lost so much of it. But luckily, there was so much to see anyway. I could have probably made 3 videos out of that. I really could. So it's not too bad. But all the paintings, the really old photos, which is the stuff that I love. I'm so glad I got to share that with you. Like I said, it's a shame that I didn't get to show sort of as many outbuildings as I would have liked and things like that. And the end of the Explorer, I hate that it came to an abrupt end. I like something to be smooth and to work nicely, and it didn't really, which is a shame. But it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I hope you enjoyed it for the Explore that it was, not just for me getting robbed. But like I said, I'd like to go back. I don't think I ever will, because it is a long way from anywhere. And France is annoying because, I've said this before, you can't get car hire with a debit card in France. And I don't have a credit card. Well, I do, but it's like 300 quid or something on there. And you need like £1,000 on a credit card for that sort of thing. And I've only got a small, because I know what I'm like. I spend it all straight away and then I have to pay it all off. So yeah, France is a pain. And people are like, well, why don't you just drive there? I don't think you realise how far it is. So for example, where I got robbed is Marseille. And if I do a thing to Marseille from my house, well, from the office now, Marseille Airport, you're talking 919 mile drive there and the same back again. So 1,800 miles to get there. You've got all the diesel it takes to get there, the ferry, you've got the road tolls, which is probably as expensive as the diesel in the first place. It wouldn't be worth me doing it like that. It really wouldn't. So that's why I've got to now fly to Italy in order to go to France, which is stupid. If it was northern France, then it'd be a different thing altogether, but it's southern France. So anyway, I am going to try and do some older videos, so stuff with me and Andy, and to answer some old questions and things like that as well, because I think we should have done that from the start. I don't know why we never thought about doing the abandoned house reviews, because people really like them. And I think it would be really beneficial to look back at some of the older ones, especially on the run up to Christmas, because one, it gives you something to do over Christmas, and two, it gives me more money. I get loads of money at Christmas. Like, the videos at Christmas always get loads and loads of money, which is good. So that will help me in February, March and April when I get paid next to nothing. It's terrible. It's like I'll be going like, instead of, oh, I'm going to Italy this week, I'll be, oh, I'm going to Croydon or something, something like that. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you soon. Love you all. Bye-bye.